Okay, cue the backdrop, and this is the introduction to the book.
Yeah, Lee Foust.
I have to get funky. I did bring the smoke machine. In Florence, I dreamed I lay in an opium den in the Mission District of San Francisco last night, drinking a bottle of scotch. I fell asleep, and I was awakened by a belligerent gang of teenagers spoiling for a fight. But instead of fighting, I heaved a roll of sourdough bread out onto Valencia Street. An ugly water glass fell over, and it smashed all of my delicate and beautiful champagne and martini glasses. And then I had to pay up and go home. Go. Okay. This is called Fires on Monkey Island, and it's a real-life parable. Okay? So A equals B. Think about it. San Francisco Zoo. Every plate in the kitchen for this. Penguin Island was once Monkey Island. But San Francisco is too cold for monkeys. So they put up heaters on Monkey Island. They tipped him over, frequently creating fire on Monkey Island. And this is how Monkey Island became Penguin Island. Let me bring my drum. This is where the solo goes. Oh, so that's how Monkey Island became Penguin Island. Thank you. Next. Ah, yes. This is called Liberation. There is nothing so liberating. Nothing. There's nothing. There is nothing so frustrating as that. There isn't even that. No, nothing so liberating as the frustration of waiting. There's nothing so frustrating as waiting for liberation. There isn't, because we forge chains. We forge chains because we're afraid of nothing except frustration, except liberation. So what? Because alone is not alone, because nothing is just so. And chains, because there's nothing so liberating, or there wasn't once, as a chain. And chains are real. Rings are real links. And there's nothing so real as our own forged link in a chain. Anglo-Saxon tradition even here. And there's nothing as frustrating as that. When nothing is so, or as it seems, when there's nothing as it should be because of rings and links, because of chains and time takes shape in rings, time takes shape in chains, and then there's nothing but time's image round our fingers. Well, there's nothing so frustrating as that. No, nothing. There's nothing as frustrating as the forced nothing of a liberation, of losing a ring. Because chains and rings are real. Because real rings go round and round. Chains and rings are real because chains and rings are forged in time. We forge them in time, in time's image. And there's nothing as frustrating as breaking a link, as breaking the round ring of a chain that we ourselves have forged in time. No, nothing so frustrating as that. So what? Nothing just so liberating as that frustration, as waiting to break a vow, because it breaks up the rings of your time of day. You can clap and stuff. Oh, and next must be from the book. What's next? Oh yeah, this is the sing-along. You're gonna sing along, right? You love it. This is dedicated to Silvio Berlusconi. We just got rid of. Broken bones and bangs. That's it. Broken bones. Sing along now. Broken bones and bangs. Broken bones. Broken bones and bangs. Okay, this is Pompeii on the Po. Long and narrow, with poverty, spit spat up, out of sore summer throats. Fever under a blackened sun, perched on a porch in a plaster cast. Broken bones and broken bones. Broken bones. Broken bones and bangs. Don't have a dime or belief in fever, sneezing up a sore summer throat. You want to scream through the broken glass, feels like your throat. Spit on your hands. Plaster. Poverty. Penality. Okay, now you're gonna sing along, right? Ready? Broken bones. Broken bones and bangs. Broken bones. Broken bones and bangs. Cities buried in ash. A TV pope and the clown of Tangentopoli sing Padania for fun and profit. Oh, he's alive, all right, and he's spewing ash all over a culture that gets in the way of his bank breaking cash. Hands up! They break your bones in the back. blackened sky. In plaster casts, centuries pass, still huddled by the sea, covering our faces with plaster hands. Broken bones and the beat of the waves. Broken bones and the beat of the waves. Broken bones and the beat of the waves. Waiting to escape. An ash blackened sky tears at our eyes. It tears at our throats. It tears at our hands. Your breath turns black. Your back turns blue. Beaten. Despised. When the braces bank on a government backed by bankers. Broken bones. Broken bones. Broken bones and ash. Broken bones. Broken bones and ash. Your sweat dries in the plaster cast. Your sweat dries in the plaster cast. Thank you. It's inspired by those cast figures of the people who died in Pompeii, and that's pretty much the Italian people under Berlusconi. Okay. This is called Florence. Florence, like a lover, spread before me, indifferent, unrelentingly itself, indifferent to me and all of my bitter euphoria. Florence, in the rain, clouds seeded with desire spent and desire regained. And that sad old fucker, full in the sky, over my shoulder, he followed me home. And then, when the smoke cleared, and a bit away of years of lonely Florentine nights, I walked along the Mugnone, invisible as Calandrino, but I had no heliotrope in my pockets. I stopped to piss on the Fortezza, and I was writing text messages as your train lurched towards the Apennines, as your train lurched towards the Alps. I found your scent in my room, and it was like coming face to face with my own ghost. And I named her like a lover, spread before me, unrelentingly itself, indifferent to me, desire spent, and desire regained. It's a feedback effect. Oh, slow fade out, so cheap. Thank you. That's for Deborah. Still appreciate that. Okay, that was a good performance, too, isn't it? This is a prose poem written for a wedding. And it's called Zwariorani Kapelusznik. There's a wedding in Poland.
We
That
live in
means
a place.
the mad
Eat the bread of the
hatnik. Will the mad hatnik ever relinquish his hoary grip about our hearts? He is a fickle fiend who desires his own undoing through other enterprises. He met the devil at the crossroads, and he had no need to sell his soul, having recognized in himself his own only single double indemnity policy's sole beneficiary. Hitchhiking back to Algeria by way of Abernathy, he consoles himself with erotic daydreams and vodka suppositories. However, even in this he is not alone, for Alhambra Akhmatova, his accomplice, has laid the road bare by vanishing again and again into imaginary existence. The very trees tremble at the power of the misadventures that they silently vow never to have. And lies, he could tell nothing else, not even time, and yet his cell phone bloomed yellow and blue in the sun in cracks that led all too predictably to the underworld. And yet, suicide might actually be a way, so say I and James Hogg, of rooting out the devil's truffle. However, dissent was unnecessary, for this, our own land, turned out to be that of the dead, a salvific portal to all places, a Slavonic city of the Central Plain, necessary to the nomads of the steppes and the rioters of 56, a place of heartening renewal, where union is celebrated from the bottom of a beer glass up, where love cannot matter, and devoid of matter is ever so lovely. Craven indeed is that helpless double who cannot look himself in the eye, buy at least half of his own soul, wring his imaginary lady's finger, smile at the camera, doff his hat, and save his own soul through the suicide of a lady's man. It's a little rough. Well, thank you very much. Remember, see me for a book. I gladly sign it for you. Anything you can offer me for it, I will take. Even favors, mow my lawn, if I had a lawn. Okay. Thanks, Paul, for letting me read tonight.